Hey Wanderers.
I'm Amanda.
I'm Ron.
Welcome to Wanderlost.
So this is another in our Custer State Park challenge. So we're heading to what's called the Prairie Trail, which is in the southern part of Custer State Park. And we're currently on the Wildlife Loop Road to get down there to where the hike starts.
So we're headed out to the Prairie Trail, and this is the hottest day that we've hiked so far this year. So I'm immediately thinking about rattlesnakes on the trail, and then I thought maybe that's gonna jinx us and we're gonna see a rattlesnake on the trail today. This is how my brain works, people. So welcome to my head. Anyway, here we are at Prairie Trail. It's just off of the Wildlife Loop Road, and we're gonna make us a big loop today. It's 3 miles, and it says we're going to be doing the grassland. I would like to see some wildlife, but I don't really want to see buffalo when I'm not in my car because they're big and they scare me. But it does say that buffalo are common in this area, so here we go.
And we saw on the sign that there's going to be a few stream crossings, and here's the first.
We're like 10 steps.
Do you want to go first over?
Yep.
Okay. All right, don't fall in. Although that would be funny. So apparently I'm supposed to do more butterfly videos.
You keep scaring them without videoing them. They can't hear me anymore.
So we're gonna go right or go left?
They're from...
No, All Trails doesn't give an opinion about which way to go.
Well, let's go right then.
Okay.
Are we in a mixed grass road?
It's a good question.
Looks like it.
All right, so heading up the side of a hill here a little bit. I don't think there's too much elevation we're supposed to gain today, but we are going to gain a little bit here. Even though it's a prairie trail, at least there seems to be some shady spots along the way. This is nice. So we're going that way. All right, so as we've shown you, there's a reason it's called the Prairie Trail. You really are just out in a prairie. And even though the trail is really quite well worn and you can tell where you're going, they also do have plenty of signage along the trail pointing you the right direction. So that's very handy. I think this would be a pretty good family hiking trail so far. Lots of room for the kids to kind of run and that sort of thing. So it's a nice trail.
Orange butterflies everywhere out here.
There's a little bit more up than kind of I was anticipating on the Prairie Trail. Nice view out that way though. All right, so it appears, first of all, butterfly fluttered by, that we are coming to crest of a ridge, and there's a informational placard up here, so I feel like it may be a pretty good view. Oh no, I mean it is, but it's not over the top of something. It's just as we hit more flat. Amanda, how would you survive? All right, so if you can see the glint of cars down there on Wildlife Loop Road, we passed those guys. It's because that's where the burros are this morning. So everybody's stopping to feed the burros. And so if you come to Custer State Park and you're gonna do Wildlife Loop Road, throw a bag of carrots in your car, because the burros love it, and you can pet them, feed them, all sorts of stuff. It's and the kids really love it. So something to remember to do.
Because of the limited amount of tree coverage that you have, we think this will be a good winter hike, because I mean, as far as you can see, it's just ground, prairie. So coming out here with your snowshoes on and hiking this in the winter, I think would be really cool. I also have ants crawling on me because I stood still for too long. And they wouldn't be here in the winter. And you wouldn't have to worry about prairie rattlers in the winter either. But you would still have the buffalo, because they leave them out in this area.
And all the pine trees. So
and all the pine trees still. So it would still be really pretty.
With some snow, it'd be real pretty.
Yeah.
All right, I think we have to cross the fence. Yeah. All right, so it's like we're crossing between pasture lands. Another another informational placard here. This one is about your mixed grass prairie. It's where east meets west. We're crossing the fence line, but they've got a little pass through set up for folks to go through.
For humans, but not buffalo?
Yeah.
This trail is great if you like wildflowers, because they're everywhere out here. We're just moving into summertime in our temperatures, so everything is nice and green from the spring rains. If you want to know what buffalo poop looks like, there it is. It just looks like a big pile of mud, especially when it's wet. But I guess I'm thankful to say that I'm standing right here beside it and I can't smell it at all, so.
All right, we've got another informational placard and our medallion. What is this one? Oh, this one's a Prairie Dog. And Amanda, what you don't see will amaze you. Especially the ticks.
Very good, though.
No.
Okay, I feel like I point this out in almost every video, but look how large, there's my hand. They're just so massive.
So now we are dropping deep into a ravine, just kind of cool. I'm assuming we're gonna come up on a creek or something here in a little bit with all the trees around here and how damp the ground is around here. Over here. All right, so we are at the best of both worlds. So this is talking about how scarce the water is on the grass prairie. So we've come to another crossing, and we're gonna see if Amanda's gonna fall in.
I'm not, but I bet it feels really good. I kind of want to.
Yeah, the water probably is nice and cool.
I made it.
Yay, successful.
That's just a really cool looking tree. But then we have a trail that looks like something out of my worst nightmare. I mean, every scary thing that I could think of is just hiding, ready to jump out. And I'm really thankful that my daddy is not here, my sons are not here, and my husband is behind me, so that I know nobody is hiding to try to scare me. But I'm taking you along just in case something does jump out. I have it on quit tickling me. I have it on video when I was attacked by whatever is going to jump out. Oh, here's where the buffalo cross.
And it has gotten hot out here, y'all.
It is very hot, mostly because the wind has stopped. Y'all, this is the first time in ever South Dakota history that the wind has stopped blowing. Okay, and then when we come out of here, we're back out. So what do you think? If we're giving advice about which way people should go at the turn, what do you think? Ron's saying his suggestion is to go right. I think, I don't know, because it was really, if it's been rainy at all, I might go left. Just because it's pretty slippery on some of those down hills in there. So, but I don't think you can go wrong either way. And we're back to where we converge. And now we have our creek crossing and then our car. I know my face is red. Not only is it hot, but I've been hiking. We just hit 2 miles. So the map up here says it's a 3-mile hike, but All Trail says 2.1, and I think our watches are going to be on par with All Trails today.
So go All Trails.
They finally got it right. Anyway, even on a hot day, this is not such a bad hike just because it doesn't take that long, and there's lots of shaded areas, so
yeah, and
do it.
As you said, I feel like that this is kind of a year-round hike around here. As long as Custer is open and you can get to this, and it's not snowed over bad, this would be a nice winter trail too.
And it is on one of the roads that they maintain during the winter, so you should be able to get to it even if it is snowing. So we are finished with all of the hikes, right?
Correct.
All the hikes, and we're going to get our well, we're going to turn in our paperwork, and we'll see if they're going to give us our pin or if they have to mail it to us or something. I don't know. If they have to mail it, they'll have to mail it to Texas. But we're all done, so let's see what happens.
All right, so what did we get?
Well, first of all, she signed and dated our paper and gave it back to us, and then we got the pin. I don't know how well you can see it, but yeah. So I had to sign a paper.
It's got some sort of bird on there, looks like a hawk or something, and it says Custer State Park Trail Challenge. I'm kind of surprised it doesn't have a year on it. Maybe they just cycle them through till they're out.
Oh, I guess, I don't know. She had a bunch of different ones on her. She wears them down the buttons on her shirt. And so she's got quite a few. And then one of the women in there said all she has left is the Lost Trails. Oh. And she'll be done with hers for this year. So everybody clapped, all the workers that were in there, the staff members clapped and said, congratulations. And then I had to fill out a paper that had my name and the date and where we were originally from. I said, what do you want me to put on here? She said, just put where you lived when you did it. I said, okay, South Dakota. So we put South Dakota on there, and that was it.
All right. Well, that was the Custer State Park Challenge. Certainly something to do if you're in the area for any amount of time, although there are people who knock it out in a weekend if you're if you're in shape enough and ready to go.
9 miles, that's going to be hard, but the rest of them...
Well, by the time this comes out, this year's will be over.
Well, true. So next year,
who knows what the trails are going to be.
But also, this is another thing. You can get more than one pin if more than one of you completes it.
Oh, nice.
But you have to physically go in the building, and Ron can't physically go in right now, so we just have the one pin. But so if there's more of you and you each want your own pin, you can get that. As long as you complete the challenge, you get a pin.
Cool. All right. Thanks for joining us, guys. Hope you enjoyed our series on the trail challenge, and maybe something to do if you're up here.
Bye, guys.
So as we said, don't be in a hurry on Wildlife Loop Road, because you never know what you're gonna run into. This is some of the bison that are here in the park, and even some babies up there.
Oh, there's a baby. Okay, I'm not wild about that eye contact we just made. How are you? The baby walked off. Hey, sweetheart. Okay, best buffalo story that I have is when we came in the winter time and the buffalo were licking the cars because we had salt on our cars from the salt on the roads because it was winter time. That's it. That's as exciting as my buffalo stories have gotten. I mean, I guess I'm thankful for that.
Was that fun?
No.